everyone! I am playing with camera angles and angles for live chats and things like that. I'm just kind of experimenting doing all my camera stuff. So this is kind of new to me to be looking at a camera, not a screen. Camera, not a screen. So hopefully this won't be an editing nightmare or anything like that because I just really want to get this video 31 Days of Tarot knocked out of the ballpark. Because I have to catch up days 2 through 6, and I might even go ahead and just clump a lot of these prompts together, and hopefully I won't linger on any one question for too long. So, no further ado, let's just jump right into it. The first question, and my question's right here, by the way. My first question is top 5 tarot decks of 2017, the ones that you purchased or was released in 2017. So, all these decks that I'm going to show you are ones I have purchased in 2017. And they might not have been released in 2017, but they at least have been new to me 2017. And I'm going to just quickly jump into the cards. I might not even flip through the decks. I don't even know if I will or won't yet. But I guess I will do like 1 or 2 cards, but because of time reasons. But my first deck is going to be the Tarot of A.E. Waite. The reason why this deck in particular knocked my socks off is because this deck was like one of those infamous unicorns that became a unicorn in 2017, and many people have tried desperately to get their hands on this particular version of the deck, and I being one of them, being a Rider-Waite-Smith enthusiast. And this took months, I think it was months, plural, of hard work. And this took dedication to get my hands on, and just the outcome was really became a magical moment of self-discovery and tarot and what does tarot mean for me and things like that. And it just kind of in a way became a magical moment. So this is why this deck will be on my top 5. Another one was in the beginning of the year of 2017 was the Barbara Walker Tarot in the Tin. The Barbara Walker in the Tin is a beautiful shadow worky kind of deck. It kind of reminds me of the Mary L in a way. Here's Cruelty from the Nine of Swords. It has the thothy keywords, and it kind of reminds me of that Mary L-ness. There we are. And it's such a wonderful shadow worky deck, and it has a lot of really cool occulty symbolisms and stuff. And that is something I'm going to be working with more this year, and it's going in my downstairs pile. And when I say something that is going in my downstairs pile, that is something that I am really actively working with and not just being stored away up here in my tarot space. Third deck that I'm going to show you today is real quick. It's a new deck to me, actually. It's a very new deck to me, and it's the Marshmallow Marseille by the Wandering Oracle. And you could get it on her site, or you could get it through the Etsy shop. I think she has an Etsy shop, too, that you could purchase this deck. And I have to say, this deck, I've only had it for a month, and it already blew my socks off. It is such a charming deck, and it's such a cutesy small deck. And I talk about this deck in my live chats, and that live chats is a big part of what I do here on YouTube. Or it has become a big part of what I do here on YouTube. I have to show a third card because it's just too cute. And in every single live chat I do, I bring up this deck, or at least in the month of December, every live chat I did, I had to bring up this deck because this deck was just a great pocket-sized deck, and it is really great readings, and it's just, I feel like there's that special connection there with that deck. Another deck that is very special, and I've always described this deck was a very special deck, is the Darkness of Light Tarot. I had to think about what was the name of this deck kind of thing for a moment. But it's the Darkness of Light Tarot, and it is such a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous indie deck. And I know that he's selling this deck on Etsy. I saw this deck on Etsy the other day in his Etsy shop, and I think it would be a crime for no it would be a crime to not have this in your collection. This is definitely a beautiful deck, and it is the most beautiful deck I've one of the more beautiful digital decks I've ever seen in my life. And I just think it is so, so amazing, and it is so special, and I can feel the love of the artwork through every reading that I do with it. And it's a very great winter deck, especially, although I think it could be a good all year rounder deck, in my personal opinion. And my last deck for this prompt is going to be The Plain Marseille by Ryan Edwards. This is my edition is number 65 out of 100, and it's a limited edition deck. I don't think it's available anymore, but you could check on Ryan Edwards' main site and see if you could grab a hold of this beautiful, beautiful baby. And it is hand painted and hand crafted watercolor. Gotta tap the camera there sometimes to get it to focus. But the images are just stunning, and I think this is just the one of the more beautiful decks in the world. Ah, come on. There we are. And it's just one of the more beautiful decks in the world, and I just think that it's so, so special. It's also kind of a pocket size, and I really am hoping that the US gaming systems get this deck in a tin. Yes, it's gotta be in a tin. Because I think it's just that right size for it to be in a tin. And I think that if you try to do it a standard size, it would have too many big borders, and it just not look good. So yeah, tin size US gaming systems if you're watching 30 Days of Tarot. 31 Days of Tarot. Alright, jumping right into the Oracle decks. My top 5 Oracle decks of 2017. I do not buy Oracle decks because I am not an Oracle deck kind of person. However, I do have 5 Oracle decks purchased of 2017. And my first one that I'm grabbing is an Aquarius Oracle. Focus. Oh well. I think it focused at the end there, but Aquarius Oracle. And this is one of those limited to 100 copies, and she only does 100 copy runs. And she has a 3rd edition of the Curious Oracle out on Etsy right now. You did not hear me say that. You did not hear me say that. Oh, yes, I did. I said it. There's a 3rd edition on Etsy right now of the Curious Oracle, and it has a system to it. And it's such a beautiful system. I haven't quite memorized the system yet, but it does wonderful readings. I think this is one of the more, when you're talking about accurate reading decks, I think there was something very intuitively accurate about this deck. And I like this deck because I think the system to it is very intelligent, and the cards themselves, if you didn't use the system, would be very, very intelligent too, to whatever questions you are asking. And this one is the 2nd edition of the Curious Oracle. I think this is the 2nd edition of the Curious Oracle. It might be the 3rd edition, but it's my Curious Oracle deck, and I think it's the 2nd or 3rd edition, and it's a must-have in your deck collection. And is right now available on Etsy for $28 in a black pull box. This is my 2nd deck. This is the Rebel deck, and it has some curse words in it, and it is such a funny, witty deck. It is really a funny, witty deck, and it is so funny and so witty, and it's so accurate. I really do think this is a very accurate reading deck, and it's really witty, funny, and I think they're releasing an Amazon edition too. So we'll see. We'll see what it uh the new what it comes in 2018. Another deck, and this one was on top as well, is the Mildred Payne Oracle. And I think that Patrick Lavuenza is a presentation with this deck all around has been so cool. The backs do like a puzzle, and then the fronts they are like these little keywords like room and wheel. And the camera's not doing it justice today. It's focusing on the background, not on the card. So, but it's very witty deck, and it's very kind of like a Lenormand. People described it as a Lenormand-esque kind of oracle deck, and I have to agree with it. It's for me. My practice with what I do with this deck is I read Lenormand style. I don't really read. Well, you could read Oracle style too. There's no problems just doing a single draw with this deck, but I just kind of really read it Lenormand style too. Just to move the list along, my fourth deck is the Oracle of Echoes by the beautiful Anna Torn. And she does the most amazing watercolors. She does the most amazing watercolors, and it is just gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And the keywords to this oracle deck are unbelievable too. And what is even more special about this deck, she went to people in our tarot community and asked them what kind of cards has to be in this oracle deck. And oh my god, it's not to disappoint. And I feel like everybody pitched in and named cards, and it's like that vomit of color. Oh my gosh. And it's still available, I think, on her Etsy shop, and it is out there. If you want to get it on her Etsy shop, it's still available. Some people have edged it in black and stuff like that, but I am afraid to edge it because I think it would ruin the borderless faces on it. But that's my opinion. In my last Oracle deck of 2017 will be the Oracle of Oddities. And I put it in my little Bear pouch because I mixed my first and third edition together. And this deck is such a beautiful deck. And I was so taken by this deck that I even painted a painting I call Oddity. And it was a scaly man with poppy flowers, surrounded by poppy flowers and vines. And this is such a special deck to me, and I feel like this is one of my personal shadow worky decks, or one of those personal decks of myself. I feel like this is my earth deck. If I had a elemental deck or a deck representing an element for me, I would say this is my earth deck, and I am absolutely in love with it. I would call the Roaring Tarot my water deck, and I call the Oracle of Oddities my earth deck, and it's just a beautiful deck. It's one of my favorite decks of my entire collection. Top 5 tarot books of 2017. And this one is going to be a quick prompt. I knew that the first two were going to be a very long prompts, but this one is going to be a very quick prompt. This one, I don't really have too many more tarot books or read too many tarot books, but there's one in particular that I acquired in 2017 that is really special, and it's Tarot on Earth, and it is currently downstairs in my downstairs pile, and I don't have that here with me doing this VR, but it is downstairs, and I have to tell you that many other people on their this prompt, they've mentioned this book, so you will at least have heard of it in this challenge, and I think it is the best book of 2017, and it's been written by our own Tom Benjamin, and you should just subscribe to his channel and buy his book and be a part of that Facebook group, because it is the best Pip deck book I've ever owned and ever read. And I really hope that you do the exercises, because I'm falling behind. So, just to throw it out there. So, Tom Benjamin is the man. The fifth question is, or the fifth day, is the card that stalked you in 2017. I had two cards that really stalked me in 2017, and I haven't seen this card yet, rolling into 2018, but it really stalked me hard in 2017, is the Death card. And, of course, my year card, which is the Queen of Pentacles, really stalked me in 2017. And I brag about it on Instagram a lot, and I say, oh my god, it's Death again, and I show the picture of Queen of Pentacles, and everybody's like, oh yeah, that card, you got that card again. I'm like, yeah, I know. So people know me well when they see cards just completely popping up over and over again. So it's really interesting to see some of the stalker cards coming out, and I will see what the stalker cards are going to be for 2018. All right, and my next question is going to be for day 6, and are we in day 5? I might as well just do day 6, which is tomorrow. The deck you finally crossed off your wish list for 2017. I have to admit to you guys, I have several major decks that 2017 was the year for me of crossing off decks off of my wish list. The Orbifold Tarot. And what other one have I crossed off my wish list that was on my wish list forever is the Invisible Light Tarot. I'm not going to really flip through these decks because it's going to be this video is already way longer than I wanted it to be. My Tarot Prague First Edition is another one that has just been on my wish list ever since I've owned the Tarot Prague or known about the Tarot Prague. I really, really connected with the Tarot Prague, the 3rd edition, and was so taken that I wanted to have all the Tarot Prague editions. And I know that there's this one Tarot Prague special edition in the wooden box. It's like $115 for it, and it's bigger cards, and it's a special edition Tarot Prague box. But I have no money in my account right now to pay for that special box Tarot Prague edition, and it's really sad because it would have to go into my Tarot Prague collection, but that one it would have to be on for another time in the future. But so that's my catch up for the 31 Days of Tarot Challenge, and I hope you like and subscribe to everybody who's doing this, and I will hope to see you soon. And if you subscribe to my channel, I usually have random live chats that just pop up, and I do a lot of live chats, and we have a lot of fun, and we goof off and talk about tarot. I might even throw some tarot readings and stuff like that, and just really have fun with you guys. I really love live chats, and I love doing it with you guys because you guys make it all the more fun, and you make it my day whenever I see you. So, thank you. Kisses, hugs, and I'll see you in the next 31 Days of Tarot Challenge.